What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of 5 Cent Wax. I'm your host, Tyler, and I'm thrilled you're with me today. You know, it's hard to believe that September's come and gone, and here we are in October. And if you're a sports fan like myself, that's a good thing because it means college football's in full swing, and we'll soon find ourselves watching the Fall Classic. It also means it's time to recap my pickups for the month of September, which we'll do in just a second. But first, I want to take a few seconds to show you a couple of pieces of memorabilia from my big brother's collection, and also give a major shout out to one of my subscribers. So the first thing I want you to see is this Karl bat with beautiful blue Sharpie signature. This Louisville Slugger was given to my brother by a longtime friend of the family several years before his passing, and I know this is one of the items I remember and I know he cherished. You'll also find in my collection a black and white Hoboken Wood Floors promo featuring Yaz and signed as well. I love these pieces, and you may have noticed that both on my Instagram account and on my YouTube channel in the last couple of episodes, I've showcased some Yaz cards I picked up from his rookie to post-serial cards that I've mentioned, and it's really because with such cool pieces of memorabilia, I want to have as many cards of his playing days as I can to go with them and to be able to display. So pretty cool stuff. My grandfather was actually a salesman for Hartco Wood Flooring for the entirety of his career, and Hartco was eventually bought out by bigger companies like Bruce and then eventually Anderson. But he made contacts all over the United States from his days in sales, and so when my brother really wanted something to add to his collection, he was a good resource to call his friends from out of state or have you in his old distribution chain to see what they could help out with their own contacts. So that's how he came to actually have both of these Yaz items. The second thing I want to go over is a huge shout out to a new friend of mine and a subscriber, Karl Taylor, Karl from Oz. Karl was so gracious. He reached out to me on Instagram a few weeks ago, asked for my mailing address. He was actually in the United States at the time visiting his grandson in California, and he wanted to send me a package, and I'm happy to report that the package came in the mail. Couldn't be happier. Karl sent me a new book to add to my library called Skipper, Why Baseball Managers Matter and Always Will by Scott Miller, and he sent me a beautiful note that I've tucked inside the book so I won't lose it, but it says, "Hi, just wanted to send this to you. Scott Miller was my best friend, and I hope you enjoy the book. He passed away in July. Regard, Karl Taylor." So Karl, what a wonderful gift. Thank you so much for thinking of me and taking the time out of your day and out of your trip to send me a package in the mail that included this book. Also included some Australian currency that'll act as my new bookmark that my children also love to see. But Karl, thank you so much for thinking of me. So now on to my September pickups. I went after some post serials, added a couple of rookie cards to the Hall of Fame rookie run I'm doing. I'll turn the camera around and show you what I was lucky enough to add this month. So to start off my review of my September pickups, I'm going to show you cards I added for the 55 Topps Hall of Fame run. First of which is Billy Herman, who's in the Hall of Fame as a manager. Found this one cheap on eBay in really nice shape. Card number 19 from that run, nice back, as you can see. Really happy with this one. Also raw, super excited about this card, beautiful card. It's Monty Irvin, 55 Topps number 100. Monty's really somebody I'm trying to learn more about. Obviously, started in the Negro Leagues before going to the majors. After Jackie broke the color barrier in 47. Another nice, clean card I found raw. These two will go on future submissions to be graded. And then a couple of former Braves. The Braves are my team, although they have had a terrible year. Nice to add some examples of old Braves greats. This is Warren Spahn, card number 31. This is actually the first Spahn card I've added to the collection. Really happy with it. Good centering, pretty nice corners. And then another Braves great, Eddie Matthews, card number 155. Love this old Braves logo. Another card that's in good shape, good back. Nice and clean, especially for the grade. Tickled with that. Now, moving on, picked up a couple of Hall of Fame cards for my Hall of Fame rookies run that I'm doing, at least the ones that I can afford. This is the 1969 Topps Raleigh Fingers rookie. Card number 597. You can see Raleigh here on the right in his A's uniform. Really pretty card. Happy to have that one. And then 1978 Topps, card number 707. This is the Paul Molitor, Alan Trammell rookie card. This is one I've looked for because a lot of this run or this card seems to have a lot of ink blotting, printing errors down here on the rookie shortstop's title and some other stuff that can be going on each of the pictures. Also a hard one to find centered, I've found. So this one, as you can see, is off center a little, but pretty good example otherwise. Got good corners, no glaring ink blots or print errors that I could find. So happy with this one. Another cheap eBay find. And we have just cards I'm picking up. I had the 69 Topps Ernie Banks, found the 68, which is virtually the same picture. I actually like the 68. I know they can kind of be a hit or miss set for some folks, but I like the burlap look. Found this one in great shape. I don't think Ernie ever took a bad picture, even though this one's pretty much a replica of the next year's card. But nice clean back. Just think this is a really pretty card. Went ahead and added that into my collection. And then I've really grown to love this type of card. So this is 1962 post serial Karl Yastrzemski. Of course, blank backs. Somebody took care with this one. Most of the border is actually present except at the very corner of the top right here. So somebody did a fairly good job cutting this one out, but happy to add this one. And then we have its counterpart, 1963 post Karl Yastrzemski. This one's a little rougher as far as the cutout goes, but that's expected. Most of these were cut out by kids eating cereal at the breakfast table for the most part. So this completes the Yastrzemski 62 and 63 post run. He didn't have a card in 61, and now you understand why I've been looking to add some Yastrzemski to the collection now that you've seen the bat and the black and white photo signatures. I also showed his rookie card, which is 1960 Topps. One of my first episodes, if not the first episode. So trying to tie some playing days cards back to the bat and the black and white photo I showed you at the beginning of the show. So with that wraps up a month of pickups. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing my pickups for the month of September. I also hope you enjoyed seeing a couple of pieces of memorabilia from my brother's collection as I continue to weave his story into the fabric of this channel. I don't know, pretty cool to be able to kind of tell stories and show you things that I remember him having and make him a part of this even more so as we go. So with that, it's time for Big Brother's Mailbox. Stay tuned and we'll open up a few envelopes and see what he was going after. All right, let's see what we can pull from these envelopes today. I got 3 of them for you. First envelope here, Tito Francona. Oh, Tito, I've actually got a 1960s Topps that was a part of my brother's collection that was signed by Tito as well. Looks like an old team issue or something, but that's pretty cool. Tito Francona signature. Number 2. Appears to be football. We have Roy Williams. Nice signature. Black Sharpie. Oh, Roy was a good safety. Very nice. I think last episode on the mailbox we pulled a LaShawn McCoy or somebody, Old Eagles great. So that's another good pickup there. Got a Roy Williams, if I can get it on the stand. And last but not least, we have a Pinnacle Robin Ventura. Nice blue Sharpie signature. This was early in Robin's career. This would have been probably a 92. Don't know if this was before or after Nolan tap danced on Robin's head for him for charging the mound, but that was a bad decision on Robin's part. So pretty cool. Nice pickups for this edition. Pretty awesome stuff. I know my brother would be thrilled to know people are still getting a kick out of his collection, enjoying what he had, and I'm tickled to do it with you each episode every week. That's all I've got for you today. I've really enjoyed it. Be sure to check back in as we go through October for more new episodes. And as always, God bless, know you're loved, and holler at me if I can do anything for you. Thanks.